Hi. Hi. My name is WandaWilma Worms, and today is dialogue, and it's day 39 of 64 days of peace, the Michael Chekhov way. And today, as Wanda Worms, I want to talk about how dialogue means a conversation with more than one person. Well, more than one person talks, because when one person talks, it's a monologue, not a dialogue. And so dialogue is an exchange of thoughts between two or more. Imagine if everyone could be like the great actors who really listen to just what their partner is giving them in the moment. Not what they said before, not what they think they're going to say, but what they're actually saying. And they listen, they receive, and they do it in the present moment. Gandhi liked to use the principle called AHIMSA. AHIMSA. Ah means non, and himsa means violent. And so, excuse me, Wilma, you're doing a monologue. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, you're just running along about a monologue about Sanskrit, and I need to dialogue in English. I'm Wilbur, by the way. I'm struggling. I just yelled at my toaster for burning my bagel, and then spent 10 minutes yelling at my roommate who changed the toaster setting. And when I finally shut up for long enough to hear her, I found out I did it. And then I spent 20 minutes calling myself an idiot for doing that. Oh, tough day. Sorry, Wilbur. But honestly, that's a perfect example of why this principle of AHIMSA is so layered. It's not just about putting down the boxing gloves. It's about non-harming in your thoughts, words, and actions to those around you, even toward yourself and your appliances. Oh, so how does that work in the real world? I mean, if I'm in mid-argument with my roommate about the toaster or the undone dishes, am I supposed to just be a doormat? Well, not at all. Gandhi called ahimsa a weapon of the strong, because it takes more guts to be kind than to be mean, way more patience to listen openly than to spend the entire time while someone else is talking, condemning what they're saying as wrong and planning what your rebuttal will be. In a dialogue, we listen to discover and understand what the other is saying. We can use ahimsa to do that instead of a verbal strike, like, you're a lazy slob. You speak the truth without the sting. Like, I feel overwhelmed when the sink is full. Yes, you're trying to understand, not conquer. Oh, okay. So speak the truth without the sting. Without the sting, I can try that. Then, okay. What about the part where I was roasting myself over the bagel? That's self-ahimsa. And it's usually the hardest part. Then, yeah, it's, you know, I mean, it's okay. Okay, so, okay, so I could speak the truth without the sting. I can try that. But at least I was right about being an idiot. Well, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy, Wilbur? We gotta think about that. Well, oh, I guess Mr. Chekhov says we want to be happy? Well, yeah, I mean, you mean dialogue isn't just a competition then, huh? I mean, what about the part about my bagel beating self stuff? Well, we're often our own most violent bully. It's about AHIMSA will help end the civil war in your own head. You could think of it as having a friend, a dialogue with a friend, like a friend filter. Like, so you could say, oh, I know, I could say, how would I say this to my best friend if I didn't want to hurt their feelings, but I want to help them? That's right. That's right. You wouldn't say mean things to your best friend. So you don't have, you make yourself your best friend too. So instead of calling myself stupid for the toaster incident, I could just observe it, like watch myself and say, oh, wow, I did that. Instead of beating myself up like a stupid. That's right. Exactly. Replace the judgment with curiosity. Like, instead of saying, I'm an idiot, try to say, I know, I'm clearly distracted this morning. Yes, and whether you're practicing AHIMSA to yourself or others, listening carefully to someone offering their thoughts. Like, you could practice listening to someone with an opposing political point of view, or you could listen to some part of you that wants to be a bully and beat yourself up, and offer compassion and listen and say, I understand, and try to understand their point of view. And that way you can deal with them without having to worry about abuse and triggering violent responses. Life is way too fragile to spend it throwing punches verbally or otherwise, hitting ourselves or another. We don't need to do that, do we? That's exactly precisely it. You can pour peace into the world from a cup that's whole, but you can't pour peace into the world from a cracked cup, right? And that would mean I would be cracking cups all the time, and I wouldn't have anything to drink. Well, wait. Stop, pause, breathe before you speak, and listen to yourself. Oh, breath and pause. I can pause in a dialogue. Yes, that's right. Wow. Thank you, Wanda. You're welcome, Wilbur. Bye.